How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I am your host, the talking ball of lava that your mom said we have at home. Today we are going to be discussing the Palmetto State Armory Dagger. But before we get into the Dagger again, gentlemen, I know you're at home sitting on the toilet, drinking your coffee, consuming your beer. While you're there, please hit the like and subscribe button, hit the notification bell, comment down below. Your comments are a sacrifice to the algorithm gods, gods that, to be honest, we don't really understand. Okay, guys, before we get into the weapon, we're going to first talk about the 4 rules of firearm safety. This weapon is loaded with a round chamber. The first rule of firearm safety: treat all weapons as if they're loaded. Keep your fingers straight and off the trigger until you're ready to engage. Do not point your weapon at anything you don't intend to destroy, and be aware of your target and its surroundings. Okay, guys, so with that knockoff administrative results intro, let's get right into it. So, like I said, this weapon is loaded. We are going to unload it for the video. So, I didn't like the way the PSA Dagger video ended, mainly because I didn't articulate at the end of that video. I leave the video I'm referring to as the PSA Dagger is sus. In the end of that video, I don't articulate enough, which a lot of people I think miss the point, and I can see why. Is in the end of the video, I'm shooting like 7, 8, 9, 10 magazines live in the video, and the purpose of that was to show you guys that the gun did break in. A lot of you guys were upset that I was running the PSA Dagger on this Shadow Systems lower, and we're going to talk about that today. So first, performance. Let's talk about performance. For those of you that maybe haven't seen the first video, I recommend you go back, watch the PSA Dagger is sus video, and then come back to this. But for those of you that are going to choose not to, that's fine. We'll briefly discuss it. So in that video, the rear sight was walking out. It has since been tightened down and Loctited, and the front sight's been good the whole time. These are just metal standard sights, guys. Okay, so that was the first issue we had. The second issue we had some weird malfunctions, some failures to feed. So after the break-in period, we really didn't have any more issues, and I regret in that video not articulating that. So what we're going to do here, I haven't fired the gun since the very last round of that video. The gun has just been sitting in the safe, so we're a little close here. We'll move back in a second, but we're just do 5 rounds right here in the A zone and see what we're looking like. Okay, no issues. I was in a 315, pretty slow. We'll do another one. Okay, there we go. 304. All right, so like I was saying, guys, the gun has been running great, and I think what a lot of guys are going to end up buying, the PSA Dagger 4, is going to be to run it. I think what's going to happen is they're going to buy maybe this weapon is clear. They're going to buy a Shadow Systems gun, more Gucci type of gun. Okay, we'll just shoot this one real quick while we got it here, because these Shadow Systems have been having a weird break-in period as well. We'll just shoot a couple rounds through it here. Okay, they are freaking awesome to shoot. Okay, all up there in the head box. I don't know if y'all can see. We'll come on downrange for a second for the haters. Okay, nothing crazy. Okay, we're not gonna fluff anything here on the channel at all. But so guys, like I was saying, the PSA Dagger. I think the intention, this weapon is clear. I think the intention of the Dagger for most folks is gonna be they already have maybe they already have a Glock Gen 3 laying around, and guys, we are out on the range today, so bear with the gunfire, please. I think a lot of guys, they're gonna already have their Gen 3 Glock, or maybe they have their Shadow Systems, and they want spare parts, okay, or they want to be able to not worry about the health of the barrel and have something laying around for doomsday or something like that. And I think that's what the intention for a lot of guys is for this Palmetto State Armory Dagger, is going to be to have that spare slide laying around and have that parts interchangeability. Guys, we'll go ahead and fire another mag here. We're just going to do a one take. We'll put some in the A zone, get a different shot for y'all. We'll do controlled pairs of the A zone here. I mean, it's a nice gun, guys. It's a nice for what you get and what you're paying for. It's like it's a Glock. It's a Glock without the name Glock. Is what I think about the gun. And Mr. Guns and Gear's Telegram, he's always posting up stuff about okay, lock back. That's the first magazine through it. Since that video, like I said. But Mr. Guns and Gear, he's always posting stuff about PSA deals. You can, a lot of the times, you can get a PSA Dagger, just a slide, for I think 199 bucks, and that's with most of them will come with an optics cut, and a lot of them come with a dang 507C Holosun already on it, guys. You really can't beat that nowadays, especially with a lot of companies selling basically a $650 Glock, which is what Glock is doing. MMP is kind of beating that price. I think theirs is coming in around 500. It's obviously going to be based on your area, but SIG, MMP, and Glocks, all of them are going to be more expensive typically, or no, they are. I'll just say that. Unless they're used, they are more expensive than your PSA Dagger. And guys, I'm sitting here just filming this, shooting it with these stock sights. All this is the Dagger, one C zone and 2 C zones, and we're just having a conversation out here talking about the gun. This other target is fresh. We'll just do some headbox here. We'll back up a little bit to about 15. We'll just do some headbox shots for y'all. Okay, a little high, way high. Try that again. I'm used to red dot. A little rusty here. Okay. There we go. There's my hold. I don't know what was going on with that first couple rounds. There we go. Now we're dialing it in. We'll do a couple more, guys. We'll do 2 chests, 1 of the head. For some reason, I'm missing a little high. Hopefully all this is in camera for y'all. There we go. Couple more. Just gonna go through this mag, guys. It's really, the intention of this video is just gonna be to really pump up PSA, because here's the issue I have. Say I didn't, say I left it, and here's what we had going on. This is what I was talking about, the too high. Like I said, guys, there's never gonna be fluff on this channel. It's always gonna be, hopefully y'all saw everything. It's always gonna be just what is actually happening. So what was I saying? Yeah, so with that, the end of that last video, I didn't really articulate enough, so I really wanted to come out here and make sure. No issues, guys. No freaking issues. And make sure everyone was on the same page, because I saw a couple guys in the comment section. I agreed with a lot of y'all in the comments. Most of the comments were pretty positive, but I saw a couple guys say what I was worried about, what I'm really worried about, and they said, "Hey, this is gonna steer me away, or I'm not buying a freaking PSA." And I was like, that was not the intent. I just want to be transparent. If a product is good, I'm going to tell you. Yes. Do I recommend you get out to the range and have a break-in period? Yes, I do recommend you do some sort of break-in period with your PSA. But with that being said, once it's broken in, guys, this gun has been super fun to own, especially because I only spent well, 328. I don't even know how many rounds I'm just shooting. I think I only spent like 199 bucks or 150 bucks on the slide. Okay, I think it was actually less than that. It was on sale, so I'd have to look at how much. But in my eyes, this thing was like a freebie, really. and we out here at the range, and say I couldn't afford, you know, a Glock, but I couldn't afford a whole thing. The guns retail for $300. Okay, if you want like a Gucci PSA Dagger, it's gonna come in at around 325 or 350, and that's with like the slide cuts, everything, guys. Do two to the chest, one to the head here. So if you're that guy and you don't have a Glock at all, you might want to get into a Shadow Systems, because, or not a Shadow, a PSA, because it's essentially a freaking Glock. I ended up just sticking the Shadow Systems on it, and I mean, another lockback, no issues, guys. And it's been awesome ever since. Do a little bit more shooting with the gun. I just want y'all to be able to really make sure you see some of this. Most of these were from that last mag. Just the second I saw it come down, but make sure y'all can actually see. But yeah, guys. Yeah, so in summary, if you're already in the Glock camp and you don't have replacement parts for, say, your Gen 3 Glock, okay, here's my Shadow Systems slide that goes on this thing. If you don't have replacement parts for your gun, I highly recommend getting into a PSA Dagger. They're cheap. You can get all kinds of colors. This is the OD green version. You get all kinds of colors, and they come with the steel guide rod. I should mention that too. They have the steel guide rod. I'm not sure what type of barrel. The trigger on the other one that I fired was horrible, but because I have it on a Shadow Systems, it's pretty freaking good. It's actually better. All right, guys, we had to cut there. The rear sight, for some reason, started trying to walk itself back out again. So we tightened it back down. We did not apply Loctite. I'll apply Loctite again. That is really the only flaw in the gun, is that for some reason on the one that I have, the rear sight likes to walk itself out. I'll say every 10 to 15 magazines through the gun. But in PSA's defense, when I told them that I was having issues with the rear sight walking out, or when I posted that it was before YouTube, I just posted that I was having issues with the rear sight coming out, and they hit me up immediately. They asked when I bought it, how many rounds to the gun, any modifications, all that kind of stuff. And I just told them, nope, no modifications. I told them I was running it on the Shadow Systems lower. They said that should be fine. They weren't even concerned about the Shadow Systems lower. They just wanted to know, sounded like, so they could fix it for future people, which is a good sign. They could have just done nothing. I mean, I'm not a big YouTuber now, or gun tuber, and I don't know if I will be. I'm gonna try to keep putting content out, but they had no obligation. They didn't have to hit me up, and they did. So that is one good thing, as I'm dropping rounds everywhere, about PSA. What else can I tell you about the gun? Okay, if you already have a Gen 3, you can order the uppers as of right now based on your state laws. Make sure you look it up. You can order it here where I am to your door, which is cool because it's one less serialized item and you have replacement parts at that point. So that's one pro. They're cheap, and it's basically a Glock Gen 3 without the title Glock after you get through the break-in period. So let's say after you get 10 to 12 mags through at least to the gun, so you know what it's going to be doing. I would do more. I would put more rounds than that through it, but at a minimum, put at least 10 mags through the gun. And then, so those are some pros, some cons. On the one I have, the rear sight likes to walk itself out like I said, every 10 to 12 or 10 to 15 magazines. So just a freaking point. It has been Loctited, guys, so I don't know what's going on with that, but I'm sure they'll address it. I'm gonna finish uploading this mag here, guys, and we're just gonna shoot a little bit more on camera. Guys, these videos, the intention of this channel isn't to be out here being the most high speed operator or what anything like that. It's literally to give you guys just another bullet point of different weapons, just a little bit of like tactics and things that I've learned along the way. Is that me saying that the things that I do is the best, and am I the best thing since sliced bread or whatever? No, I'm not. I'm just another dude that has a little bit of knowledge, and take whatever I want and leave and use it, and leave the rest behind if you don't find it applicable. So yeah, just that little thing out there. I am using Glock magazines. These are Glock 19X magazines, and I'm also using the mags that came with the gun, which are the freaking PMag, Magpul PMag Glock. I think 17. They're 17 rounders, which is kind of cool because I'm running on a 19 size PSA. All right, I'm gonna stop yapping at y'all, and we will shoot some more rounds. I ran out of staples just now, so we're not gonna freaking replace it. We'll just stay back here at 20 and keep shooting the gun. See what it does. See if this rear sight walks out again. Honestly, as long as it's a reliable gun, I'm sure if I asked PSA to fix this, they would freaking send me one that works. But as long as it's reliable and accurate, when I'm shooting, I'm happy. Yeah, I mean it's a fun gun, guys. The reason I'm not dropping mags today, because we're not doing drills, and it's literally a swamp out here. Okay. So far, so good, guys. So far, so good. All right, guys. In summary, today we talked about the reliability, accuracy, and everything of the PSA. In my opinion, I think it's a win. I think the minor break-in period that you're going to experience is worth it over time. I think from what I've heard, some of the triggers now are better, so that's one less thing to worry about. So I do think it's worth it. I think for whether you just get the slide for 125 or 150 or whatever it's coming in at, or if you just get the whole gun that typically comes with 10 magazines for 300, and sometimes for 325 you get the dang optics ready version. Okay, so I recommend it, guys. I should have been clearer in the first video. That's why I'm making this, because I think I owe that to y'all to make sure that the content that I'm putting out is accurate. And I think the PSA Dagger, as it stands right now, is a win. Guys, if you like this content, comment down below what you want to see next. We have the Beretta 1301 that's coming in tomorrow, but I'll be working tomorrow. So when I get off work, I'll try to run over and do the FFL and everything. So that'll be I believe the Gen 3 Langdon Tactical Beretta 1301. It's going to be a 7+1 semi-automatic shotgun, so there's going to be a ton of content on that. I'm going to probably buy another Dagger, and the reason I'm going to do that is because I want to do an out-of-the-box live on camera the whole time. I want to do an out-of-the-box. That's the 6th round I've dropped on the ground. I want to do an out-of-the-box video showing what you can expect, because if all these Daggers are running similar to how this one is running, and the only issue really being the rear sight not being properly set and not properly Loctited from the factory, I mean, dude, you could have a PSA Dagger for you, a PSA Dagger for your wife, and a freaking PSA Dagger replacement for both y'all in the price that it would probably have to just get 2 Glocks or 2 SIGs. Okay, so that's something to really keep in mind, is if PSA is going to continue with the customer service that they've had, I'm going to support them, because they are putting out AKs in my opinion, AKs that are freaking super good quality for what you're paying, and the Dagger at this point is pretty good quality for what you're paying, and it goes bang every time you pull the trigger after the break-in period, which is awesome. All right, guys, if you like this content, hit the like and subscribe button and comment down below what you want to see next. Your comments are a sacrifice to the algorithm, guys, like my father at Administrative Results says. Until next time, Trench Grenade, signing out. Cheers.